Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a long time since I uploaded anything on the channel. I thought, you know what, let me just go ahead and do some fresh install for lspdfr. I actually do need to install my lspdfr again, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do so. I think this should be a good opportunity to do some tutorials as well, just in case somebody out there still doesn't know how to go about doing so. All right, so first and foremost, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I would highly suggest that you do, especially if you're new into this modding thing. For me, I use Steam, so let me just go ahead and open up my Steam account here, and this will be the first thing that I'll highly suggest that you do. You come over here to your Steam account, highlight that, go to properties, and then go to installed files. Please go ahead and verify the integrity of your game files before you can install any mod. This is very, very important, guys. This step right here is going to correct anything that could be wrong with your files. If you have missing files, if you have corrupted files, it's going to allow you to download fresh ones to make your game run properly. So after you are done this step, guys, I'll highly suggest that you actually try to run your game for the first time, just to make sure that your game is running. All right, once you are done with that, come back to this side, to this again, and just go ahead and browse your local files right here. It's going to go ahead and bring up your GTA 5 main directory. So let me just go ahead and close this. Since we are done with this, I'm going to go ahead and come back to this and do a little bit of explanation. And these are the mods that we are going to be installing today. And these mods right here, guys, from time to time, please go ahead and go back to it and see if there's a new version that you might need to download. If there's ever a new version, guys, make sure you always go into this and update those. I think if you do update these mods, especially, your game should always be running properly. All right, so once you are here, guys, let's just go ahead and go back to the common folder right here. So this is where you're gonna go ahead and find your GTA 5 main directory. If this is your first time, never installed any mods into your game before, you are only going to have only one GTA 5 folder like this one right here. I will highly suggest that you actually right click on this, copy this, and on the empty space right here, right click again, and then you are going to paste this folder again. When you do paste it, it's going to go ahead and create another GTA 5 folder, and then it will say you have a copy on it like this. All you need to do is to make sure you have at least 2 GTA 5 copies. One we are going to use for our mods, the next one we're just going to keep as a fresh copy. We never install any mods into this one, just in case we mess up so bad. Over here, you can always delete this one and create another one and go back and mod your game once again. All right, so once you're done with this step right here, guys, it's pretty much gonna take a little bit of time, just depending on how fast your computer is. These are the first steps, guys, that you need to make sure you do. Please make sure you always have at least 2 copies. The other one, the first copy one, this is what we use for every time there's a new GTA 5 update coming up. We always want to make sure that new update goes to the first copy first before we can update the one we have our mods in. All right, this will come in very handy to help you keep playing your game, even though the new scriptbook V might not be available for the new version. All right, so let's go ahead and open up this GTA 5 folder, the one that we are going to use for our mods. You are going to go ahead and right click on the empty space over here, create new folders. All right, guys, go ahead and create new folders. One of them you are going to name it mods, like you see right here, and the next one you are going to name it scripts, like this one. For this one, it is very important to make sure it's in small letters and the word scripts is spelled correctly, or else any scripts that you are going to be installing in here, they are not going to work. All right, so make sure it's in small letters and make sure it is spelled correctly as well. All right, so once you are done with that, we can go ahead and move on to the next stage. This will go for those who are pretty much new into GTA 5 modding. I'll highly suggest that you copy all of these files that I have highlighted right here. All right, every single file that I have highlighted, you should have at least 26 files, especially if you're new into GTA 5 modding. And if you're having a hard time using OpenIV, this will come in very handy when you're using OpenIV. Everything will already be in there, so you don't really have that much opportunity to mess up anything on OpenIV. All right, so if you have everything highlighted, just go ahead and right click and copy, and you're going to paste everything inside your mods folder. Okay, for me, I only install these ones because I know for some of these x64 files I am not going to need. All right, I know for sure some of these x64 files I'm not going to need, but whenever I'm going to be using this, if you are going to follow all of my tutorials in order that I'm going to put them on the channel, I think it's going to serve you well in the later run. You're not going to have too many files inside your OpenIV, but just in case you want to just watch this video and maybe go use somebody else for other purposes, then I'll highly suggest that you install everything that I suggested that you highlight. So go ahead and copy everything inside your mods folder. So you should have some x64s right here as well. For me, I just kept these 3 because I don't need all of the x64s. All right, so with that said, guys, let's go ahead and begin with our first install. But before you do that, let me just go ahead and tell you what we are going to be installing today. It's going to be game config, the latest version of game config. I'm on the current version of GTA 5 that just got released. Okay, yeah, so you're gonna go ahead and download this current version right here, and please go ahead and download these heap and file and peg file limit adjuster ini files. Go ahead and download both of these 2 files, this one right here and this one right here. So all in all, after you have downloaded everything, you should have at least 8 downloads. Okay, and then next we are going to download the peg file limit adjuster. You're going to find the link for the peg file limit adjuster right here, and then we are going to install the heap adjuster as well. You can find the link for that right here, or I'm just gonna go ahead and leave all the links in the description. All you gotta do is just click and it's gonna send you there. Next, we are going to be installing native UI. This one is the current one that's up to date as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, so please go ahead and download this one. And then we are going to be installing scriptbook V as well. As you can see, this one is the current one for 1.03570. that's the current version of GTA 5 that I'm on, so make sure you're on the current version as well and download the corresponding scriptbook V. Next, we are going to be installing scriptbookv.net, but this is not the version that I'm going to use. I'm just going to go ahead and leave both of these links in the description just in case you want to go ahead and use this one. But for me, I am going to be using this version of scriptbook V right here. This one is always up to date as well. As you can see, just got updated 11 hours ago as I am recording this video. So this version right here is the one I will highly suggest that you download and install into your game because it's always up to date. Last but not least, we are going to be installing Reg native UI as well. All right, so with that said, guys, let me go ahead and minimize everything. As you can see on my right hand side over here, I have all of my downloads. So let's go ahead and do that real quick because I want to go ahead and keep this video as short as possible as well. All right, so let's go ahead and open up the Reg native UI. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it in that order. It really doesn't matter which order you do this in, as long as you have proper things installed into your game. All right, but anyways, let's go ahead and take the bottom 2 files, the Reg native UI.dll and the XML file. We're gonna go ahead and drag and drop both of these inside our GTA 5 main directory, just like so, and we are pretty much done with the install of that one. Let me go ahead and move this one to the side over here. Next is going to be scriptbookv.net, the one I told you to download over here. You know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave this link only in the description for the nightly version right here. All right, so that would be the one I would suggest that you download and install into your game. And then we're gonna go ahead and unzip my files here real quick. And guys, please make sure you do have either 7-zip or 7-zip or WinRAR installed into your PC as well. You are going to need Notepad++ as well, so make sure you search that on Google and download the version that's corresponding with your computer as well. All right, so for this one, guys, we are going to install only 4 files. So the ASI file, the ini file, the scriptbookv.net DLL2, okay, and then the scriptbookv.net 3, .dll. This is only the files that you are going to need. We're going to go ahead and drag and drop these 4 files inside our GTA 5 main directory, just like so. And then after we have done that, let's go ahead and open up this configuration settings right here. And all we need to change here, guys, is this space right here. All right, we're just gonna go ahead and change this none to insert. All right, insert, just like that. Make sure you spell correctly. So this will help us to refresh our scripts every time we are in game and we find maybe like one of our scripts that we want to use is not working. You can always press insert on your keyboard, and that's going to refresh all of your scripts, and then you can go ahead and use the scripts that you want to use. All right, if you made any changes here, guys, like I would highly suggest that you do go ahead and here I might change this to you could change this to none if you want to for this one right here, but you know what, I'll change mine still. I'm gonna change this one to none, and I'm gonna go ahead and go to file and save, just like that. We are done with this. Move it to the side. Next, I think this one is going to be native UI. Okay, for the native UI, let's go ahead and put it in here as well. So for native UI, it's going to go inside the scripts folder that you created. So let's go ahead and go up and open up the scripts folder right here. Your scripts folder is supposed to be empty at this point. Okay, so let's go ahead and drag and drop both of these inside the scripts folder, just like so. And we are done with that. Go back to our GTA 5 main directory. I probably did that by mistake for sure. Anyways, let's go ahead and install our peg file limit adjuster. So for this one, we only need one file here. All right, so it's going to be from here, the one that you are going to download from here, the peg file limit adjuster. That's what we are installing right now. So let me go ahead and minimize this. We only need this ASI file right here. So we're gonna go ahead and take the ASI file and install it on our GTA 5 main directory, and we are done with that. Move it to the side. Now it's going to be the heap adjuster as well, pretty much the same thing. We only need the ASI file. Let's go ahead and drag and drop this ASI file only and install it inside our GTA 5 main directory, just like so. And then we're gonna go ahead and move this one to the side. Now we're gonna go ahead and install the INI files that you are going to get from here, guys. These INI files that you're gonna get from here, that's what we're installing right now. And we need both the INI file for heap and peg file limit adjuster. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and take 2 files from here. All right, so let's go ahead and highlight both of them. Okay, drag and drop it inside our GTA 5 main directory. And that's pretty much done with that. Move it to the side. Last but not least, before we can use OpenIV, we are going to install our script of V. Okay, let me go ahead and highlight everything, close that, and then for this one we are going to open up the bin folder right here, and then we're going to go ahead and take these 3 files that I'm going to highlight right here. Okay, no, not this one, the binput 8, that's what we're taking, the scoop of v.dll, and this one right here at the very bottom. So it's going to be only 3 files. Drag and drop in here, and we are replacing the binput 8. Replace that, and we are not taking this native trainer right here because we are going to be using simple trainer instead. This one, I kind of hate this trainer, to be honest. It doesn't look good for me. So all right, so we are pretty much done with this. Now we can go ahead and close this and open up our OpenIV. So hopefully you do have your OpenIV. Let me go ahead and open that up. While this is opening, let me just go ahead and unzip my files here. And for here, we are going to Windows. All right, so let's go ahead and open up the Windows folder and let that open. I'm gonna go ahead and close this on the background over here. Move this one to the side over here, and wait for our script of V to open. I mean our native UI. All right, so for here guys, we like I said, like if you installed everything inside that mods folder that I told you about, you should have this mods folder inside your OpenIV. So let's go ahead and open up the mods folder and go to update. Is it update RPF, common, and then data. Okay, so we need to be on this right here because we are replacing this game config that you see highlighted right here. All right, so once you have this line right here guys, I'll highly suggest that you actually save this to your favorites. All right, so go ahead and go to favorites and add to favorites. You can go ahead and name it whatever you want over here as long as you know what it is, and then go to add. Okay, for me I have mine saved as DLC, so if I go ahead and close all archives right here and go to my favorites and go to my DLC, you'll see that we are back into this section right here. All right, so this is where we are going to install our game config. We're gonna go ahead and go into this GTA 5 game config right here. Let's go ahead and open this up, and for me I always choose the more mods. Let's go ahead and open this. For this one guys, you can go ahead and choose which version of game config you want to install on your PC. So depending on how strong your PC is, you can go as strong as 5 times traffic and 5 times pads. For me, I've been using 1.5 traffic and 1.5 pads for a long time, and it's worked out pretty good for me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and choose this one, and I'm gonna go ahead and just drag and drop this inside my OpenIV like this. As you can see, the encrypted part is gone, so that means I was able to install my game config. If you are not sure, just go ahead and drag and drop this in there again, and you are pretty much done guys. So with this, we are pretty much done. The first, I would say, the most important mods that you can install into your game. These are the most important mods right here guys. Please always make sure these mods are up to date as well. That will save you a ton every single time. All right, so once you have this done guys, you are pretty much done with the first step, and in the next episode we are going to be installing lspdfr itself, and then we're going to go ahead and jump into the game where we do install lspdfr and try it out for the first time and see how everything is working out. All right, so thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for subscribing, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. And of course, if you do have any questions, please let me know in the comment section down below.